So it's important to engage learners with more than what was on the online environment, but to allow them the opportunity to be able to demonstrate their skills in the workplace, as well as demonstrate their skills at the TAFE College itself, and be able to marry up those experiences that they had. In the college environment, there was very much a strict adherence to standards and procedures that are advocated in the industry, as well as to match the occupational health and safety requirements. The workplaces are very different to what happens in a TAFE workshop, and some compliance with standards, industry standards, as well as some of the occupational health and safety standards can be different. So from an educational design perspective, I had to take into consideration that what students were going to be producing in their workplace is going to be acceptable to the vocational sector, and that is always a bit tricky. So what we did was, when we were designing this in conjunction with the teachers, was to say it's acceptable for learners to demonstrate their skills that they were undertaking in their workplace, so long as they were able to marry that with skills that they were undertaking at the TAFE College, and to not so much ignore any of the occupational health and safety issues and everything else, but just to focus on these key areas. And this actually enabled the learners to get more engaged in that process, because they realised they weren't on the spot, but they're actually kind of in a competitive space now with everyone else in their cohort. And that is one of the big things that came out of this, was they immediately took on the notion that they could actually be in competition with their classmates. And the work that they were doing in the workplace was comparable then with the work that they were doing in the workshop. And this is one of the things that, some of the feedback that the teachers gave us, was that the learners then were much more inclined to actually perform better because they had a competitive thing going on with their classmates. In terms of design, that was the most difficult thing. How do you actually try to capture these notions in an online environment and as part of a process? We kind of didn't bother trying to capture it and try to place it in the environment. What we gave was a series of procedures for people to follow, and tied it very, very closely with industry procedures and workplace procedures.